peaches and the pastor. We got a love filled with joy and laughter. We gon' talk about how you and yours can master. Put God first, make the blessing come faster. You rollin' with peaches and the pastor. We got a love filled with joy and laughter. We gon' talk about how you and yours can master. Put God first, make the blessing come faster.
Roses are red, yeah, violets are blue, boy. You know I'm in love with you. We gon' ride this thing till the wheels fall off. We gon' ride this thing just like them cars. You bring the sunshine, you make my light shine. You said you love me and that you're all mine. Who would ever believe that God loved me so to give me a king that makes my life so
You rollin' with peaches and the pastor. We got a love filled with joy and laughter. We gon' talk about how you and yours can master. Put God first, make the blessing come faster. You rollin' with peaches and the pastor. We got a love filled with joy and laughter. We gon' talk about how you and yours can master. Put God first, make the blessing come faster.
Yeah, peaches, come on, let's ride till the wheels fall off. Come on, let's ride. Peaches, let's ride. Peaches and the pastor. Come on, come on. Let's take this ride. Come on, come on. Greetings, family, and welcome to another segment of
Peaches
and the Pastor. And boy, we are rocking it today. And guys, we got a date night, and we've got some real talk for you on this evening. And so glad that you guys are back out with us, right?
That's right.
Right. Baby, looking good.
Thank you. Look handsome.
What is it you smell? What is it you have on? You smell good. Did I buy that for you?
Yeah, I think it's Chanel.
Chanel? Yeah, buy your girl, guys. Buy your girl something that smells good. Yeah.
Well, listen, it's another beautiful day, and we have lots to talk about on Peaches and the Pastor. You wanted to talk about what today?
Well, this is a spin-off of what we started talking about last week, and change to growth and those kind of things. And what we want to do is spin off just a couple of things from that subject. One being resilient. Okay.
Yeah.
Being resilient, getting up. You've been knocked down, get back up. Mm-hmm. But also being transparent. Being transparent, being honest and open and true, and no matter what.
That's a big one. Can you really, really love somebody if you don't feel like you know them? Like if they aren't transparent with you, can you really, really love that person if you don't really know them?
I think that in the course of living your life in love, we evolve, and we start to know each other more and more as we stay together.
Good.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And that's a pleasure. That's a pleasure to be with someone that two people come together from different walks, coming together to make one union together. And I think part of the wonderful and awesome things about marriage is learning to know that person in the course of living in love with each other.
That's good. Mm-hmm. That's real good.
That's poetic, man. Write that down.
You have to write that down.
Hey, listen, I see some of y'all writing that stuff down. Now, if you use that on a card and make $1 million, I want 50%.
50? I thought it was 10%. The church went up. I'm just kidding. Hey, look, that's some good stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, the transparency piece is really big. It's just so big. Can't get around it.
Yeah, and I know, you don't want to say things, you don't want to talk about certain things, but it's so important with the person that you love. You got to have someone in your life that you trust.
Yeah,
all right.
That's
and your spouse is that person that you trust. Now you have, it should be the person that you trust, not someone outside. There are other people that you can trust, but your spouse is the one that you should trust the most
That's
on,
right.
on all kinds of levels, right?
Every level, because that to become one, that's half of you. You
Yeah.
know, well, it's supposed to be that way. So
with that being said, we feel like if I can trust you, I can say whatever's on my heart and mind. Okay, so if there's a transparency issue, then it might be a trust issue in play in this text here. So,
yeah, we get a lot of calls on that too. What if you don't feel like you can trust your spouse, and even some people that feel like that spouse, that significant other, does not have their best interest at hand.
right, I agree, and I think that someone in that relationship have to stand strong and go all in with that transparency, no matter what is about to come back. But someone's got to stand strong. Now, stand strong in that transparency, because someone have to start the breakthrough.
Right.
Okay, so all right. So someone have to start the breakthrough for the marriage.
Right.
And it may not necessarily be one person, well, the spouse or the husband or the wife individually. This is a part of it where there's a breakthrough that's needed. We may not do it together. We may not start the breakthrough together, but someone have to start that breakthrough.
And that's good. And what may come to my head was secrets. It's hard to be in a true relationship, when you're holding secrets. So I think I read somewhere that every secret that you hold is one brick further from your spouse, and you're just laying these things that distance you from each other.
Yeah, that's good. And that's a subject all in itself, secrets. And I'm just sitting here just kind of processing that whole term, secrets, and something that is you're purposely withholding from the person. But why? Is it more than just getting that person? You holding something back from that person because you know that person might get upset with you, or is it something else behind the secret? Is it a different life, another life that is being birthed in these relationships? I don't know, but I'm going to dwell on that a little bit, because I think there are some levels to address in addressing secrets. Okay. And I'm almost inclined to, let's keep it on the table, but as we're talking about being transparent and honest and open, maybe we're able to talk about secrets in the same vein, but let's talk about it secret. Not really talk about it by itself, because I think there's a lot in there that we can really learn from.
Yeah, there is. But when you say transparency, that's it makes me think about what's the opposite of being transparent is keeping secrets. But going there with the transparency piece and just keeping everything out there on the table. I mean, it just really, to me, just cuts down future problems. Listen, if you put it all out there, it's on the table, you can't come back. You don't have to figure out what you said last time and mess up what's going on this time. And, you don't have to do all that.
Yeah, and transparency is also, you can say the opposite of transparency is just simply not being open. Okay?
Yeah, but it depends on the intent of not being open.
Right. Well, let's check. We'll talk about that.
Yeah. The intent. Why aren't you being transparent? Are you trying to deceive the other person? Is there a reason that you're not being open, that you're not being honest? And it could be the smallest little thing, but the intentions, if the intentions are wrong, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and you have those issues where people don't want you to know about their crackhead background, okay, or their father is incarcerated, that they had some kind of a surgery, or they had a particular disease that they recover from. Okay, are those things that you mean, do you want to hear about some of those things? Okay,
That's good
but
stuff.
maybe
I mean,
but things that can trigger a level of man, who is this person that I've married? Who is this person I'm now with? Now you've telling me all of these different things, because we get so tied up into people's past and coming into relationships that transparency, the lack of transparency, a lot of cases is saying, hey, I don't want you to know about my past, because my past, but your past has a lot to do with how you're acting today. And so when your past impacts your act today, you really have to talk about it, because we need to get to the root cause of some of this stuff. So this is when it's important to be with someone that you trust.
yeah, because that's another thing. When you say that, I mean, if you have truly changed your life, I don't know if I want to tell somebody all those bad things that I used to do when I'm a new person now, and I don't even know if I can trust that person to keep my past from coming into my future. Man,
Yeah.
that's a whole lot.
I mean, are there couples out there, telling or not sharing things about their parents or their father, or maybe their a son or daughter that's sitting out there in some unclaimed or whatever, or it could just be just a number of different things that a person might feel, if he says it or she says it, that is going to negatively impact the relationship.
And that's using discernment. I mean, you have to make sure that you can, number one, trust the person with your past, and you may not want that out there like that, and just all those things. I mean, so many. That's why if you're not married and you're out there, listen, choose wisely, because there's a lot there.
Yeah,
you choose wisely.
You got it. And in fact, I really invite you to, if you're out there and you're about to get married, or make sure that you get some counseling in, because some of that counseling will start to open up some of those kind of things.
For sure.
It's
That
very, very
is
important.
very, very important. You want to make sure you do your due diligence on a lifelong decision like this, and get you some good, wise counsel before you do.
That wise counsel is very important, and getting the right type of wise counsel, because some counsel can take you from A to B, all right, but some can take you from C to D, and some can take you from D to F. So understand how far, you've gone in a counseling session,
Right.
and if you feel like you've exhausted, maybe there are some things you need to do in the next session. Okay.
Well, that's some good stuff. Hey, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
All right, we're back at it. Peaches.
Yes.
All right.
Talking about transparency. But also, something that kind of came up when you were talking about transparency, I think, is that communication piece with transparency.
Yeah. And so we typically express our transparency through communication, obviously, right?
That's right.
Something's got to come out of your mouth, all right? So either you're going to tell the truth or tell a lie. It's coming out your mouth. So let's talk about that's real talk. But let's talk about that, because communications is critical, and I think the heart of the problems in marriage life is communication still. And I don't care how many ways that you feel that you are empowered by every type of love that God can bestow upon you, you're going to run into some communication issues. And something is going to trigger that confusion. You're going to be talking about something and something just isn't going to make any sense. And you're going to feel that. You're going to start asking more questions that don't add up. You know, why are you expressing this point when we're talking about this point? Somehow or another, we were talking about why you came home at 8 o'clock, and now we're talking about you at the beauty salon.
That's called a Jedi mind trick. I'm going to keep that real. When your spouse flipped the script on you like that, that's called a Jedi mind trick. And he would try to play that on you to get you over here when you're really supposed to be
or she would try to play you on that and get you, all right.
That's what that's called. But no, really, this is good talk, and communication is key. Mm-hmm. And there's so many things, especially dealing with transparency, that the communication goes either way. Because if you're telling a story, the communication is going to flip from being...
Let me tell you, some of these guys and gals have the gift of gab.
Yes.
And they just wear you down just talking. Mm-hmm. Okay? Just talking, just running their mouth, just I know you know a few people that just talk, won't even allow you 5 seconds to say anything. The next thing you know, you're so worn out, and also people got the gift of gab and they're acted out too. They're showing the shoulder gestures and the heads and everything else, just flying and just all the acting, clapping and doing all these different gestures, and all that's supposed to make it sound more believable or look more believable, right? Mm-hmm. So we have to talk about honest communication just versus communication, because sometimes you can just be talking just a bunch of stuff. And you know what I'm talking about, just talking a bunch of stuff that don't make no kind of sense. Okay? So honest communication is not as long as communication itself. Honest communication gets right to the nitty-gritty. Gets right to the point. Just flat out communication, just talking, rattling can go for days.
Well, I think a lot of that has to do with maturity too. Because if you know, and I'm not just talking about age, mm-hmm. I'm talking about wisdom. You know, and if you truly are have committed to being transparent with one another, mm-hmm. and that you are accountable unto God. Now that changes things when you're not, because that kind of, you have no accountability. I'm going to mm-hmm. talk back to you whatever way I want to talk back to you. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to be talking back to you under the lens of respect and kindness, right. and love and gentleness and all mm-hmm. that kind of good stuff. Mm-hmm. So, you know, when the thing is, that's like number one. You know, if you're not married, of course, choose wisely, get equally right. yoked, and make sure that you all are on the same page and in agreement with one another. And if you're already married and you're having problems with communication, you need to go back and back to that vow lesson right. we were doing.
Let's go
all the way back there,
right?
And read up on it and start from there. I think you just have to go back to the basics.
Yeah, here again, that effort to go back, that means effort. That's actual work. And I know when we get to these kinds of conversations about communication, it sounds like a big job. And I know it feels like a big job for those that are just not where you should be feeling wise with your spouse. The less you feel loved in your relationship, the more work it feels like in your relationship. That is going to couple with all kinds of communication challenges and problems that will just spin into all kinds of things. So we have to be working on the feelings, the relationship, the heart part of the relationship, along with communicating properly, discernment, and all those things are very key.
They are, and it just has to start back with the, just back to what you promised. Go there. Go back there.
Go back there, and stay there until you're ready to move
forward.
up.
That's
okay?
right. Because I think a lot of this, I think our transparency issues are based around, will you accept, or will you be upset, or will you receive what I'm saying to you? If I don't want to disappoint you, and I don't want to, lose your respect, being honest may not be the, you may not like what I have to say.
Well, yeah, and people don't feel that being honest and open and is necessary in all cases. Okay, you just don't feel like it's appropriate here. That some things be better just left not said. Okay, and that's a lot of relationships. And people feel very comfortable in that respect. I guess in a sense they feel like, well, I know my spouse enough to know that if she or he found this out, that it'll be very difficult. Things will get very difficult. So, but
is it more difficult if you told me, or is it more difficult if I find out?
Right. Yeah. That's part of that risk that's involved, and people are willing to take that risk that you won't find out, and go from there. But I think that in terms of our being transparent and communicating, and I think we're saying together, we are saying together, Peaches of the Pastor, we're saying to do it at the beginning. Okay, get things out at the beginning.
That's the key.
All right. If you're walking around, and right now I can't say certain things because I don't want to be politically incorrect in saying certain things. But if you ain't got no hair,
what?
Don't show up with any hair.
Did you just say if you ain't got no hair?
Yeah, don't show up with any hair. Don't show up with hair if you ain't got no hair. I'm just saying.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Y'all just threw me
I'm just
all
being
the way off.
Just put it all on the line in the beginning.
No hair. Don't show up with any hair.
Yeah. Be yourself. Man.
Okay. Would you accept that? Would you accept?
Hey, well, what I might not accept, well, it's not to say that someone else won't accept it.
But what if they want you to accept it?
Well, two got to agree, baby.
Okay.
Two have to agree. It's just all there is to it.
Yeah, you heard it from
what I'm saying,
put it on.
and I'm really not trying to be politically incorrect or anything, but come with your real you. All right? And then, if you want to dress up like, I don't want to give out no names. You want to dress up like some honey or some this or that, then do your thing. It's all right. But show up as the real you. I'd much rather you dress up to something than dress down to something after I'm with you. You get it?
So you saying, are you telling me that you would rather, no, they wouldn't even get to the next level if they showed up with no hair, and then the next,
baby, what I'm saying to you, that there are people out there that no disrespect to people that don't have any hair. I don't have hair, okay? But I know your mind is on females and all that, right? But there's some, no disrespect to women that don't have hair, okay? But I'm just simply saying that show up with you. Show up with who you are. Show up with
Baby,
you.
I don't think we were concerned on the hair part. We were talking about being transparent in your relationships, putting everything out there, what you expect.
But that's transparency,
Yeah, that's
right?
you're right.
That's
you're
transparency.
Right. I don't think that's wrong.
Yeah.
That's transparency. But there's other
At the
things.
beginning, just lay it all out.
Just lay it all out. Lay it all out.
If
Now,
you're
what
broke, just lay it out.
Okay, so what
If you're in debt, lay it out.
What if it's not up front? And we got to go, babe. Our time is running out.
Okay.
This is it. It's coming to the end.
No, we'll keep rolling.
We keep rolling?
Yeah.
Okay, well, good. We'll be right back. You've been rolling with Peaches and the Pastor, and we're going to take a commercial break. See you real soon.
All right, greetings. We're back with Trinity Strong Kingdom Broadcast and with
Peaches
and the pastor. And listen, we're going to be wrapping this up in a few minutes here. But let me say, those of you all know my heart is with all of you that don't have a whole lot of hair. Okay, I don't have a whole lot of hair, so I don't want any of y'all to feel like I was trying to talk about you. I'm just saying, okay, to show up with your real you. If you have one leg, show up with one leg. Yeah, you don't have no teeth, so what? No. But there's an exception.
You are not showing up with no teeth. Okay, let me just wrap
No,
up.
I'm saying that right now.
Be your true self. I got you, Pastor, and
got me.
I'm with you on that.
Please show up with some teeth. Fake teeth. I don't want no bad
That's
teeth.
what I'm talking
All right.
about. You want
Teeth,
some
right.
teeth. Now, listen.
Okay.
That's too far.
There's an exception. I have an exception. The teeth.
The
All right.
teeth is the rule.
But anything else, if you got one leg, show up with one leg. If you
How
don't
do I
have no hair,
get there if I got one leg?
because you have a.
I can't. How
Come
am I
on now.
get to the date if I gotta show up with one leg?
Well, hey, we'll work it out. It'll be worked out.
He's talking about be transparent.
Just be transparent. That's all we're saying. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
And listen,
Okay.
if they can't accept you for who you are, that is not the one. How about that?
Exactly. So you want to make sure that you are presenting your real self. Okay? Because most times people accept the false of you, the fake of you, the made up of you, the part of you that you built up for that moment, but that's not you. That's what people are accepting. What I'm here I'm promoting that whoever you accept, okay, right? That person should be the real you. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
But put your teeth in if you're going for
No,
a date.
yeah, keep the teeth in.
You're going to
Don't
need
ever-
teeth to have a conversation.
Yeah.
So this has been real good, babe.
So, I think we'll hang with this subject. I think communications and being open and honest, and transparency. I think that's a very, very key subject. I just feel like we just need to roll into it. And we're going to talk about secrets too.
Yeah, secrets.
All right.
Now that's a good one. I think we should talk about secrets because some of us are holding in secrets. But what are the intentions of that?
Right.
Is it really to hold back from hurting your significant other, or is it because I still have some ill will behind it or something? You know what I mean?
Well, I think we have a lot of areas in terms of secrecy that I think would be very helpful to explore over the next week or so. And I think we'll do very well there. So in this respect, communication is critical. We can't talk enough about the importance of communication. And we're just not just going to talk about just talking, just communicating. We're going to talk about proper communication, honest communication, and that's not easy. It's just not easy for people to be honest all the time, and we'll address it. We're just going to deal with it on a real level.
Well, what I liked about what you said was proper communication, because it's not just saying something, it's the way you say it.
The way you say it.
Tone in which you say
Tone
it.
and timing.
Time, your
Ooh,
body
man.
language. It's so many things involved in that.
Yeah, because the other night, Peaches, you were trying to talk about something. I said, Dave, we can't talk about this time for time for romance. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
Some things,
No,
guys.
you didn't say
Yeah,
romance.
no, I
You
said-
said that's over. Like the business day is over or something. So I
Yeah.
just be quiet. I didn't say nothing else.
Oh, it's so cool. You just
Turned it off.
and then you laid your head right on my chest
And went to sleep.
and went to sleep.
That's it.
So sometimes timing, guys, is also part of that functioning process of proper communication.
That's right.
You can be saying the right thing, but saying it at the wrong time.
That's good stuff.
And you know that's right.
And my thing is tone. You just can't be talking to me any kind of way. You gotta bring that down. Yeah. Put some respect behind my name.
Say that again, baby.
Put some respect behind my name.
One more
You know
time.
that's right. Say it with your chest.
All right.
All right, this has been real good.
All right, thank you guys for joining.
Peaches.
And the pastor. Have a great rest of your evening, and we'll check you guys
We're
out.
supposed to sing our song.
Our
We're
song?
gonna say, do your shoulders, baby. Oh yeah, you rolling with
Peaches and the pastor.
We gotta love it with joy and laughter. We gonna talk about how you and your you was doing them shoulders, look at them shoulders. Whoa.
All right. We love you.
We love you.
Trinity Strong.
Kingdom Broadcast. We'll see you next time.
Peace.
God bless.